what you're doing. Stop. Hammer time.
Hey, we're Chips and Salsa. Are you doing these 5 things in your homeschool?
Well, it's time to stop.
Stop.
Video bomb. Hey, we're Chips and Salsa. Are you doing these 5 things in your homeschool?
Well, it's time to stop. Hey, we're Chips and Salsa, 2 homeschool moms bringing you fun, practical, and encouraging tips. We want our channel to be all about community, so please subscribe so you can join in on the conversation and put your comments down below.
Yeah, and if you want to find out when we release a new video, then hit that bell button so that you get notified.
All right. Today we're going to talk about the things you need to stop doing in your homeschool.
Yeah, and it doesn't mean that we've stopped doing them completely, because it's something that you have to continually remember in your homeschool journey.
Yes.
Because there are things called triggers that I think cause us to respond like this.
Yeah, go back to things that we vowed we wouldn't do.
Exactly. So these are great reminders. Maybe even put them up on your wall so that you know, whenever you're feeling stressed, you can look at them and be like, oh, that's right. I need to stop doing that.
That's right.
Stop trying to find the perfect curriculum. It doesn't exist.
You up all night? Like
Googling.
Yes.
Reading
blogs.
Kathy Duffy's reviews. Watching a million YouTube videos. We've been there.
Yes.
And the thing is, it's not the curriculum that's going to make your homeschooling a success. It's our attitudes.
It really is. I would say that, you know, if you find that you purchased a curriculum or that you or your kids all hate, you know, it's okay.
Then stop doing that.
Yeah, to stop doing it. I think that would be more me. Like, I committed to this, you know, I researched and I'm going to stick it through, and yet it's like just sucking all the life out of us, then stop doing it.
Yeah, if it's not working, get rid of it. But also, try to see if there are any other factors that might be affecting your homeschool that aren't really curriculum related.
Right.
And you're able to, I mean, you're their mom or dad. Like, you know your kids. So you know what really works for your family and what doesn't. And believe what you are, you know, feeling. Ask around and then just go from there.
Yeah, because honestly, there's so many great curriculums out there. You might hear about one and think, oh, that sounds better than what I'm doing, but they're all great.
Yeah.
You know, there are just so many great choices. So once you feel like you've made a decision, you know, it's okay. Run with it.
Yeah.
It's going to be great.
Another thing to stop doing is stop being a slave to your curriculum. Because just because it's written on paper doesn't mean that you can't change it around or that you can't enhance it or cross off some stuff. Like, there's things that you can check. Be like, we don't like this book. We're not reading it. Yeah. I don't like this assignment. It seems like busy work to me. We're not doing it. We're going to do this instead. So,
yeah. I would play a game instead.
Right.
And you know, some of the most successful years have been when we didn't use any curriculum.
Right.
One year we just chose to go through a book all about the U.S. presidents. And so it's, you know, it's not a curriculum. We just went through the book and studied, you know, about the life and about the time period. And it was just organic and fun.
Yeah.
Number 2, stop comparing your kids. This is a big one.
Yeah.
Because I find that I have to remind myself to stop comparing them to each other.
Yeah.
And of course, to other kids.
Yeah, especially when we start getting around like co-op and things, it's very easy to let fear creep in and being like, oh, my daughter doesn't write like that. My son doesn't, you know, respond that way or whatever, you know.
Yeah.
So like it's easy to start feeling fear, but really the reason we're homeschooling is because we are catering to our children in terms of their own growth and development and their needs. So there's no need to compare. And there's no need to fret. You're definitely putting in the time.
Yeah, or comparing your kids to other kids from other schools, public school, private schools, and thinking maybe they're doing more or, you know, whatever the thing is, because that feeling that you have, even if it's not verbalized, will impact your children and their own confidence.
Oh yeah, those mirror neurons are real. They start feeling, what, why are you stressed? Now I'm stressed. I must not be good enough. It happens. And you know what? There's a lot of homeschool instigators out there, and I call them homeschool instigators because the moment you tell people that you homeschool, everybody turns into an investigator, right? And they start drilling your kids and, oh yeah, well, who was the
13th president?
You know? And the thing is, we don't go around to like public school people and ask them that. Oh yeah, you're in 6th grade? Oh, so tell me about...
What's 5 times 6? And that leads us right to number 3.
Stop worrying about your kids' growth.
Yeah, stop worrying, period.
I know. It's so hard not to worry when you're a
God
mom.
has got you. You are the best thing for your kids. God has got you. You have embarked on a wonderful, amazing journey. So don't let worrying and anxiety hinder you from creating a wonderful atmosphere in your home.
The fact that you even care means that your kids are going to be okay. You know, if you were not caring, then I would be like, well, maybe you should take a look at your pacing guides, make sure, you know, your kids are doing okay. But if you are a little bit, if there's always a little bit of concern, not like fearful worry, then you're on the right track because you're aware, you're in tune of your kids' needs and their attitudes and how they're changing and the things that they need to learn. And that is really where it's messy. And you know what? It's part of it and it's good because you're in it with your kids and you're all growing together. So rest assured that your kids are growing.
Absolutely. I mean, I don't know how many times I've thought, is it going to work? Is it working? You know, when I see my kids loving to read, enjoying their learning, I'm like, oh, okay, it worked. It's working, you know? But you don't always see the results instantly, but you have to believe that the effort that you're putting in is going to pay off.
Well, a lot of times we want to judge by what they know, right?
Right.
But the truth is, they're going to forget a lot of what you teach them, just like you forgot and I forgot in school. So really focus on teaching them how to learn and how to enjoy learning, because when they're grown, guess what? They can look things up. They can learn on their own. That's the skill that you're trying to teach your children. So it's not so much about accumulating all this knowledge, although that will happen automatically as they enjoy learning.
Number 4, stop copying the public school system. How many of us start our classroom with the Pledge of Allegiance and, you know, we want to have a bell go off for each period and we want to have worksheets that they make sure they complete all those worksheets and grade them and, you know, tally up the scores. It's taking you more than 2 minutes to put that paper down.
I know.
And get the next book.
I started off like that, not so much with the grades and stuff, but I started off like with a really rigid schedule, and oh my goodness. Stressful. It was the worst thing ever. Yeah, because, you know, it was like, my kids work at different paces. You know, they're 3 years apart, so of course they're going to work at different paces, and then they have different personalities. So even if they were the same age, they would probably work at a different pace. Yeah. And so having that like timer constantly was really stressful. There are seasons where you do use a timer, at least to help you. We do have some cool tips on how to build a schedule. If you want to check that out on our cards, check it out. But use these things as a tool and not as like, you're not a slave to your schedule.
Absolutely. Yeah, I love using a timer because otherwise you might, you know, not get to all the things you want to get to. Yeah. But I think the mistake has been for me, okay, from 9:05 to 9:15, we're gonna do this, and then
and it doesn't work out because then somebody gets into a fight and you have to have a conversation, or somebody spills water on their work and whatever. It happens. But not only the schedule, also just the mentality. Remember that we are here to love learning and enjoy learning. So if we're here just to check things off and make sure that we're just like doing the standards and we're getting all this work done, but it's really not going in here, then I don't feel like it's as enjoyable for anybody, and it's also not as meaningful.
Absolutely.
So I think, just to keep that in mind, that you are here to embark on a journey of learning and growth, focusing on that and not so much on checking off the boxes. So the last one, number 5, stop being a hermit.
You know what? Yes, go on that field trip.
Yes, go to the beach to read.
Go to the park date and meet up with some other homeschoolers.
Yeah, a lot of times we're so worried about finishing everything again, checking everything off, that we miss out on life.
Right.
And I think that it's so important as homeschoolers that you take advantage of the flexibility that you have as a family to, really be able to go on lots of field trips and make learning a tactile, tangible one.
Yeah, and you want to be able to look back and see all these great things that you did together, and field trips are the most memorable things you can do with your kids.
Any activities that we do outside of the home are really memorable.
Mm-hmm.
And I think a lot of times we think, oh my gosh, I don't want to take everything out to the library, or I don't want to go, to the beach and get sand all over them. But I think it's okay to get a little messy and just be like, you know what, this is going to impact my kids a lot more than staying home and doing 3 hours of language arts or whatever.
Right.
So just remember that it's about creating moments and savoring them. That's what's really going to form your child.
Absolutely. If you got any value out of this video, we hope that you hit that like button. And I just want to say also, we have a great video about a series, actually. We have a series of videos called the Frustration Busters. If any of this is resonating with you, you want to check out that series as well, because frustration can really hurt your homeschool in a major way. But we want to help you bust that frustration up.
Yeah, and don't forget to find community. We want to welcome you to our community here on YouTube, but also feel free to join our community group on Facebook. We'll have the link down below. We'd love to have you be a part of it, because that is where we can connect with other homeschool parents and really, talk about our frustrations or our worries or get ideas. It's just such a great way to stay encouraged during this journey.
Absolutely. All right. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.